It's every little girl's dream, and you fulfill it right here.
Ever since I was 8, I would come here with my dad.
I was that little girl hanging over the walls, asking for autographs.
We've dreamed this for so long, and we have the chance to make it happen.
Just do it, not for yourself, but for all the little girls around you. It's the World Series. This is the biggest stage in college softball.
It's definitely emotional when you think about your last game as a possibility.
The fact that they still have life in them and they still have outs really kind of gets them going. That's what motivates us.
It's an amazing feeling. It's something that you'll never forget.
We start out with the 14 seed Kentucky and the 13 seed Baylor. The Bears have already played once today. They are here tonight due to a couple of big swings from Jordan Strickland, who now leads the tournament in home runs and runs batted in. This was her first two-run shot against Florida State. And the National Player of the Year, Lacey Waldrop. That one, the second one off of the relief pitcher, and the Bears roll. They knock out FSU, and now they get a shot at Kentucky. The winner of this matchup tonight will face Florida tomorrow. The Gators are still undefeated. They would have to lose twice, one win away from a spot in the championship series. The bottom half of the bracket, Alabama is in the driver's seat. They are off today, awaiting the winner of our second game tonight, and a rematch potentially with Oklahoma, or perhaps the #1 seed in the tournament, the Oregon Ducks. They will face off this evening. And welcome to Oklahoma City. I'm Beth Mullins, along with Olympic gold medalist Jessica Mendoza. The Baylor Bears are still alive in this tournament because of a bold move by their head coach, Glenn Moore. Did not pitch his ace this afternoon, Whitney Canyon, to start the game, and Heather Stearns came in with the performance of a lifetime.
Beth, it was a bold move. Whitney Canyon has been the name, the star, but Heather Stearns comes into this game. Why that game? Because Whitney Canyon is able to be the ace in this game, be able to rest her. And Heather Stearns, she struck out the side in the very first inning. That was a statement for Baylor. She hasn't had a start in almost a month. Such a stellar performance.
And so now you've got a fresh Whitney Canyon, the All-American and the two-time Big 12 Player of the Year, ready to go. What will be the story on the Kentucky side? Oh, so close last night to advancing to the semis. They had the winning run on base against Alabama. A double play by the Tide ended it. So bouncing back from heartbreak, and how much gas is left for their ace, Kelsey Nunley?
Well, Kelsey Nunley, you think about it, she gave up 3 hits, and after the second inning, she was stellar. She pitched a phenomenal performance, enough for them to win if she had her offense able to back her up. She's pitched almost 1,500 pitches this postseason. How much more can she go? If she shows glimpses of what she had last night, she can win this game.
Nunley getting a little extra work in the dugout. Her teammates will swing first. Christian Stokes, followed by Silver Samuel, and then it's Nikki Sagerman.
Well, they had 3 hits in this part of the lineup, ignited by Sagerman, Griffin Joyner, and then followed by Lauren Cumbus. These 3 ignited in that bottom of the 7th inning to almost come back on Alabama.
Cumbus was the star of their opening night win. Emily Gaines, Krystal Smith, Emily Jolly, and then Jennie Carroll. It is not a great team batting average, but it is a team full of confident players that trust each other to make something happen. And those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Capital One. Speaking of confidence, Whitney Canyon, the 6th-year senior from Aledo, Texas, has bounced back from a couple of injuries and 2 years of rehab to continue her college career, and now trying to get the Baylor Lady Bears back to the semifinals for the 2nd time in 4 years.
Well, she's a power pitcher, 66, 67 miles per hour. She's got her rise and change to keep hitters off balance, but she needs to get hitters to the chase, especially up in the zone.
Winner go home tonight for the Cats and the Bears. The SEC already has 2 teams in the semis. Kentucky trying to join them. The SEC 4-1 so far at this Women's College World Series. And ironically enough for Baylor, well, it seems like they've been in the league this year. This will be their 8th SEC opponent of the season. They are 6-1. Their lone loss was to Florida here. They got run ruled on Thursday night. Thursday afternoon, excuse me. Stokes to lead off. 1-1 the count from Canyon at 64 miles an hour. Stokes, the unusual righty at the top of the order. So often now you have those lefty slappers and the lefty triple threats. Just a $185 so far in the NCAA tournament. But here's the thing for Kentucky. This is their third elimination game of the postseason, and they are 3-0. And their bats have come alive every time.
When we think about them in super regionals, going to UCLA, losing in a heartbreak loss their first game and coming back to win 2 in one day, that's the message amongst this team. This is a familiarity. We have confidence in this situation.
And a called strike 3, the breaking ball from Canyon. 1 down.
Not only does Canyon bring it up in the upper 60s, but then she has this changeup that she can drop in low 50s. That's a difference about 15 miles per hour. You see the reaction from Stokes. Her mouth just drops open. And that's a pitch. If Canyon can get that with her rise ball, it's going to be tough to hit.
It took Kentucky 6 innings to get a hit off of Jackie Trena in Alabama last night. And then they put 3 singles together in the 7th inning and nearly pulled off the upset. But Trena came right back with a strikeout and then a double play to end the game. Canyon over to first. 2 down. Caitlin Tooman out in right field, along with Lindsay Cargill and Lindsay Hayes. Defensively for Baylor out on the grass. On the skin infield, Claire Hosack and Canyon have been teammates for the last 5 years at Baylor. They have a few players in this lineup that were here in 2011. And here is Sagerman in the 3 spot. This is the first trip to the World Series for Kentucky. They finished in 7th place in the SEC. And they are amongst the last 6 teams standing. Florida State and Louisiana Lafayette both eliminated this afternoon.
Shaded now.
Lays off it, 3-1. Their 6th straight NCAA tournament. They've been getting better and better under head coach Rachel Lawson, the winningest coach in Kentucky history, and finally breaking through this year to get to Oklahoma City, the best season in school history. And now Lawson, who played here with UMass back in the mid-90s, returns as a head coach. Played for the late, great Elaine Sortino on their 92 World Series team. And the Cats this year hitting the 50-win mark for the first time in Lexington. Here's Griffin Joyner.
Okay.
51 miles an hour that time from Canyon. Griffin's got some pop. 10 home runs, has driven in 39 this year. And amongst the many school records they have set, a new home run record for Kentucky. 68 of them this year, including one Lauren Cumbus hit a couple nights ago. Chasing the rise, 1 and 2.
And that's the pitch. You can tell for Kentucky, the game plan was to come in and really lay off that pitch up in the zone. Because she throws it so hard with that movement, makes it very tough to hit. You see Joyner trying to get on top of it right there. But Sagerman kind of had the example at bat, laying off anything high in the zone. She battled off anything that was a strike and low, ended up earning herself a walk. It's tough to lay off that pitch though, chest high. It's a fun one to swing at.
Canyon stays outside, 2-2. Sagerman after the walk over at first. There's that change up again. Couple of Ks with the off speed. And Kentucky looked at them both. Get a runner on, couldn't move her around, and Baylor coming up. Some of the renovations going on here at Hall of Fame Stadium as this event continues to grow and grow. Better attendance, better ratings, and the destination for college softball players. As we move to the bottom of the first here on Elimination Saturday at the World Series, your starting lineup brought to you by Capital One. Tuman at the top of the order, and then the second baseman, Ari Hawkins, followed by Holly Hall and Claire Hosack. They're two veterans in the 3 and 4 spots. Hayes, and then Smith before Strickland.
Strickland had the 2 home runs last game, both 2 runs. She said being in that 7 spot has given her confidence.
One of the breakout stars of this World Series, Robin Landreth and Lindsay Cargill now in the 8 and 9 spots. And they will face Kelsey Nunley, the sophomore from Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. And look how far she's come, just 2nd team all-conference, but has been masterful in the postseason. The 6 and 3 record getting them farther than they've ever been before.
Well, and her go-to is going to be her screwball. It's going to be the right side of the plate, so you're going to see a lot of balls hit to the left side of the field. She predominantly stays up in the zone, will stay true a little bit low, but keep an eye out on that screwball.
Tournament ERA sub 100. Made just the one mistake last night, the Leona Lafaele 2-run home run. Otherwise, Bama had just a couple of hits off her.
Beth, what she did a phenomenal job was her changeup. She mixed that in to the righties. So right now, left-handed batter, but these righties, if she's gonna come in on their hands with that screwball, she can get her changeup working. That's 2 very different looks for a lot of the right-handed batters.
1-1 to Tuman. A junior from Katy, Texas, terrific at the top of the order during the regular season. Has not found similar success yet at the plate here. She was top 5 though this year in the Big 12 in batting average, hits, and runs scored.
Glenn Moore comparing her to the great Ted Williams, which she had to go and Google to figure out who it was, and now she's his biggest fan. She prides herself on not just her hits, but her on-base percentage. Her work in this count to 3 balls is something that she does consistently.
He just thought she had such a sweet swing like Ted did. And now that comparison has crossed generations. Her head coach, by the way, Glenn Moore, a former softball player himself. And Tuman with the leadoff walk. There's Glenn. He and the Bears have been here before. And looking to move on to the semis. Samuel out in center alongside Jolly and Gaines in the outfield for Kentucky. And behind the plate for the 156th consecutive time, it's Griffin Joyner. Has not missed a pitch all season for the Cats. freshman from California. .363 on the season. We talked to Glenn Moore the other day, and they've had good pitching here, certainly Whitney Canyon. But a couple of years ago, in 2011, when they got knocked out of the tournament, they weren't scoring many runs. And he said, so we revamped a lot of what we did from our recruiting all the way through, you know, our preparation in the offseason. We needed to hit better. We needed to score if we were going to win here. Infield popped up to second for one. No throw over to first. One down as they get Tumen.
Tough play for the runner Tumen because the ball is in the air, so she does freeze. You see Krystal Smith come in, she can't make a play. Tumen tries to go back. Either way, ball caught or not, they would have gotten an out, but always tough when you're a base runner trying to figure out which way to go.
Takes a look at a strike. That coming in at just 51 miles an hour. Holly Howell, the fifth-year senior, bringing a lot more power this year, fewer walks. She's swinging the bat a little more. Had one of the biggest hits in Baylor history on this day 3 years ago, the game-winning home run to beat Missouri in 13 innings, 1-0. In that epic pitcher's duel, Whitney Canyon and Chelsea Thomas on that day.
She said that's a memory she's going to take with her forever. And she's like, it makes me feel better. I get back onto this field and all of a sudden I feel that moment. I feel the confidence that it gives me. I've done well on this stage. There's no need to doubt. But how often does a head coach take a hitter and say, you know what, I don't want you to walk.
Yeah.
I want you to swing more. If that means more strikeouts, I'm okay with it because I want the power that that's going to bring.
Runner goes, the throw down from Joyner, got her. The tag applied by Stokes. Bears get aggressive on the bases, and Joyner cuts him down. Stokes with the tag, the throw on the money.
What's your favorite color, baby? Blue and white!
Well, for both of these teams tonight, the longevity of their pitchers will be key because Baylor, Whitney Canyon, in their first game, her velocity was down. She admitted to some fatigue, but early in her bullpen session, she was really snapping the ball. She said, boy, here's my velocity. Where has it been the last 2 days? And she was good in that first inning. She says she's feeling much better, and her coach said she pitches better in the afternoon anyway. Now for Kentucky, Kelsey Nunley has pitched every single pitch of the postseason for the Cats. I talked to her before the game, and she admitted to some arm and leg soreness. Her coach said, I have to watch her velocity. If she gets in the low 60s, I have to take her out because her body will give out before her mind does. And when I asked Kelsey how much gas is left in your tank, and she said, well, my heart is my gas tank, and tonight it's completely full.
Especially when you've never been this far before and you want to keep on playing. The sophomore who will probably go down as the best in Kentucky history before her career is through. Trying to make some memories here at the World Series. Looking over the charts with Rachel Lawson. And we talked about Baylor, very familiar with the SEC. They've played a bunch of teams already this year, but the flip side of that is Kentucky has access to a lot of information about the Baylor hitters as well.
Leading off for Kentucky, first baseman number 19, Lauren Cumbus.
Lauren Cumbus to start things off here in the top of the second. 5, 6, and 7 for UK. The Kentucky team that played at home regional weekend and then went out to UCLA for the Supers. They packed their bags to stop in Oklahoma City before they headed home, and that's exactly what happened. Playing with tremendous confidence so far in the tournament.
Well, the key really for them has been the fact that all of them get it done. There really aren't any stars on this team. They really spread it out amongst everyone, so no one really feels the pressure. And I think a lot of times when you take a team that has 1 or 2 stars, we've seen them crumble under this stage because they have to carry the team. Kentucky is not that team. Besides Kelsey Nunley, she's doing it in the circle, but offensively, it's 1 through 9. And it was Lauren Cumbus 2 nights ago that got it ignited. She was 3 for 3. She had a home run.
High fly ball, and Hawkins has it on the grass, 1 down.
And I was wondering last night against Alabama, okay, who's going to ignite it? It's great that you're handing off the pressure to everyone else, but what if no one steps up? Who's going to be that person? And we saw in the 7th inning that it was Nikki Sagerman, who ended up getting a hit to get 3 consecutive hits to load the bases.
There's a deep drive all the way back to the fence, goes Tumen, and it's gone. The senior Emily Gaines sends it out. One nothing Kentucky.
A Canyon curveball that doesn't end up getting away. It looks like it just hangs up in the zone right over the middle of the plate, and Gaines gets enough of it. Watch her get the bottom half of this ball. Canyon provides the power. Talk about who is gonna ignite it for Kentucky. It's been a different player every game. It's Gaines tonight.
Emily Gaines barely played her first 3 years and had a breakout season this year. Was a career pinch hitter until she stepped into the lineup. And there's another shot off the fence. Krystal Smith, the stand-up double.
Pitch is going to go down in the zone, into the hands of Krystal Smith. It's a strike. She does a beautiful job keeping her hands inside this pitch, crushes it. It's about 4 more feet. It's out of the park. That's 2 very hard hits. That's why you see Claire Hosack, catcher for Baylor, calling timeout, talking to Canyon. Talked in her scouting report. It's key for her to get hitters to chase. She needs to be able to expand her zone to be successful and mix in that changeup. And so far, Kentucky.
And now it's Liz Paul, the right-hander, who has only thrown 68 innings all season. Out in the bullpen. Canyon trying to get out of more trouble here is Emily Jolly, the 8-hitter. Remember, Glenn Moore used his #2 pitcher today. Canyon came on for a couple of innings of relief because they wanted Whitney for the 2nd game, and now some trouble early. Jolly, and running to make the catch is Jordan Strickland. 2 down.
Holly Rowe had reported about Canyon feeling good before the game, talking about her velocity, feeling like it's back up, but it's not so much the velocity right now. She might be feeling good about that. It's her spin. She's not moving the ball the way that she needs to start it in the zone and get it out. She's starting in the zone and staying in the zone.
#9 hitter Jennie Carroll can't hold off. 0-1. Only Kat Osterman and Kaylani Ricketts have more wins in their Big 12 careers than Whitney Canyon does. The 6th-year senior. The swipe tag and diving back in safely was Smith. On the throw down by Hosack.
And this was a sneaky play. Jordan Strickland was way towards 3rd base. Watch her sneak behind the runner to come and try to make this tag. Smith didn't see her at first. They almost got her.
0-2 to Carroll. Waste pitch from Whitney. Senior from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Just one hit so far in the NCAA tournament. Doesn't chase the rise. Work the count full. Carroll sends one deep to the track and gone. The number 9 hitter sends it out. Her 4th home run of the season. That is 2 in the inning for the Cats. And Lindsay Cargill lost her glove over the fence.
And this is what's so dangerous about a rise ball pitcher who throws hard. If you leave the ball up in the zone, Jennie Carroll, not a big home run hitter, but as soon as she connects with this pitch, it's gone. Watch the glove of Cargill as it goes over the fence with the ball. Canyon.
Home run ball goes to Mama. The 6 and 9 hitters go yard in a pitching change at the World Series. 3-0 Kentucky with the lead over Baylor. The bottom of the order with 2 home runs, and they have chased All-American Whitney Canyon here in the top of the 2nd inning. And the Bears have to go to the bullpen. Liz Paul, the senior from Sugar Land, Texas, who hasn't had an appearance since May 4th, will now come on here in what may be middle relief. Heather Stearns is also getting loose.
She'll come in the mid-60s. Her key for her, though, is to really change speed. She has a lot of break, and Coach Glenn Moore talks about her unorthodox delivery, which is very deceptive, especially coming in relief. It's enough to kind of throw off the timing of a lot of these hitters.
And she will come in to face the top of the order. And a rough outing for Whitney Canyon, and now she's going to need some help from her teammates to keep her career going. Elimination Saturday night at the World Series, and the Cats have jumped on the Bears. Looking for a date with the Florida Gators in the semifinals tomorrow. Stokes struck out on a change in her first at-bat.
You're going to notice with Liz Paul, she's very quick. She's quick pitching a lot of these hitters, and that's that deceptive delivery. She's going to go right into it. The ball's there on them. A lot of times pitchers take their time, but Liz Paul, we've had, it seems, for 40 seconds, she's thrown 3 pitches.
And Paul gets the strikeout to end the inning. But the damage done from an unlikely cast. Well, hey, that's been the story for Kentucky all year. Emily Gaines, a solo home run. And then the 9-hitter Jennie Carroll gets a top-of-rise ball and glove overboard for the Bears.
Who's your favorite cat, baby? USA!
Well, certainly a different story for Kentucky in the bottom of that order, and Emily Gaines. And the Cats jumping in front 3-0. The winner of this one will face Florida tomorrow. They'll have to beat the Gators twice. Florida 1 win away from the semis. They have the best batting average, and Hannah Rogers has the best ERA at the World Series. The bottom half of the bracket. What a doozy we got coming up tonight. The top seed and the defending champs at 9:30 Eastern on ESPN. The winner gets Alabama tomorrow, and we'll have to try and beat the Tide twice to advance. Otherwise, Roll Tide into the championship series, which will get underway on Monday night. Best 2 out of 3. And the hot shot right at Krystal Smith. Hosack retired, 1 down.
Hard hit ball by Hosack. Smith goes down to her knees, makes the grab. Along with a little smile, she comes up. Probably didn't need to go down to her knees, but looked a lot cooler because she did.
Senior from Bristow, Virginia with the catch. She and her senior classmates supervising the best stretch of softball in Kentucky history. They made it to the SEC tournament final this year before falling to Georgia. And from that run, with Kelsey Nunley winning 3 games in 3 days, busting at the seams with confidence now in the postseason.
I think what surprises me the most is because Kentucky has never been here in program history. You carry so much of that weight. You think about coming here for them and the nerves and the adrenaline and that part of you that's just happy to be here. That's something I think that was expected, and they have not been just happy to be here. They've come out ready to play, prove something, and enjoyed it along the way as well.
They really lived it up when they got here and did all the things you would expect teams to do the first trip to the World Series. They raided the t-shirt shop out front. They were taking it all in, the press conferences, all the hoopla, the media events around this tournament. Rachel Lawson just let them go, enjoy it, have fun, and then put your game face on when it's time to practice and when it's time to play. And one of those attitudes of why not? Why not us winning the national championship? Hot Sellers back home in Lexington right now. Tweeted out by @UK Softball. Fouled out of play. Of course, she has been such a huge reason why with the way she's been pitching. 3-2 to Hayes, reaches for it. Stokes deep in the hole, couldn't hang on. Second base runner for the Bears.
And this is just a case of Christian Stokes knows the speed of the runner, just tries to get rid of it too quick. She's trying to come up and throw it before she's got the ball secured. She knows it. And that's the benefit of a hitter that hits into that 5-6 hole.
E6 to Stokes. Of course, in softball, only 60 feet from home to first. And when you're leaving from the left side, not even that far. Smith to second. The turn by Stokes. Safe at first is Sarah Smith. So here we go for Baylor with their big bopper from earlier today. Jordan Stokes, the 12th player in World Series history to hit 2 of them out in the same game.
Well, Strickland is that hot hitter coming on strong this morning to keep the Bears in this tournament. And she's leading all hitters at the World Series in home runs and RBIs. Talk about an igniter, carrying your team. Strickland threw all the Bears on her back and said, let's go.
They too, like Kentucky, setting a new home run record at Baylor with 72 of them coming in to today. And the throw down to first, Smith diving back safely.
And Jordan really credited Glenn Moore moving her down to that 7th spot. She said, you know, I felt less pressure, allowed me to kind of just relax. She said it was almost easy. I got back to just playing softball. I like being in this bottom part of the order. You don't hear a lot of hitters. She even used the word self-esteem boost. Usually when you get bumped down on the order, you're thinking, okay.
Wait, that's pitcher kind of talk right there. What are you doing with the hitters here?
But she really felt good about being in that spot, obviously.
Just got under it out to left field. Emily Jolly. Michelle Smith calling on line 1. 3-0 UK. The 2014 Women's College World Series, and the SEC is throwing itself a party. Florida and Alabama already into the semis, and Kentucky trying to get there as well. They lead it 3-0 over Baylor. Elimination Saturday night here in OKC. If you're following us on Twitter, at ESPNU, and the hashtag is WCWS, and we would like to hear your thoughts. Our tweet topic: what is your favorite ballpark food, from the waffle cakes, the funnel cakes, to the Dippin' Dots, to ice cold beverages? What do you think,
throw this
Mendoza?
out there. I mean, I think we can't make a true evaluation unless someone gets us a tasting of each ballpark food out here in front of us.
That might be the most intelligent thought you've had in quite some time.
I mean, I'd hate to just speculate.
Yes, we need some physical evidence.
I need facts.
Got a lot of good things to choose from.
Old Dippin' Dots,
Yeah.
funnel cakes. Hot dog's the classic, though. You can't go wrong with a hot dog.
In foul territory, Caitlin Tuman retiring Silver Samuel. Oh, the rainbow snow cone from the concession staff. We have Pam Ward and Michelle Smith. Did you have a corn on the cob earlier?
I did.
Yeah, it looks pretty tasty. I got to tell you, I'm a little old school. It could be the worst hot dog in the world, but it just tastes better at a ballpark with a little mustard and relish.
I agree.
Something about a dog at the park, watching a little stick and ball game. And of course, popcorn.
Kettle corn.
That is one of the 4 major food groups, by the way.
It's right up there with your broccoli, right? As a must.
Kettle corn, caramel corn.
And you're done.
And then I'm done. Eat those twice, that's your 4 food groups. 3-1 the count right now to Sagerman. She walked in the first. The Cats struck out a couple of times looking in that first inning, and then, wow, did they make some adjustments against Whitney Canyon. The home run, the double, and then the 2-run home run to chase the starter, and now facing Liz Paul. Let's check in with Holly Rowe. She's got some more on Nikki.
Well, last night, Nikki Sagerman was up to bat, and when she didn't finish her at-bat, she came over, and Rachel Lawson said, hey, what were you sitting on? And Nikki couldn't tell her. And Rachel went after her. They had a very pleasant talk in the back of the dugout. Next time Sagerman got up, she's the one that started that 7th inning rally, guys. So she listened to her coach. She knew what she was sitting on the next time up.
I love the pleasant talk. So I'm sure Rachel was giving her an idea, but that's a huge thing. You need to have a plan. You need to know what you're seeing. What are you looking for? And I can't tell you how many times you ask a player, so what were you thinking? What was your approach? What were you looking for? Blank stare.
Well, and when we asked Kentucky what was Coach's best quality, they said her honesty. She will tell it like it is.
Keeping it real,
yeah,
as they said.
Keeping it real. And Sagerman draws the walk. So since that pleasant discussion last night, the base hit, and now tonight, a couple of walks to get on base.
This is her 4th walk in 2 games. She's had a really good eye. In fact, she's been on base in 2 games every single time.
And Sagerman will advance. The pass ball charged to Hosack. Griffin Joyner struck out looking at a changeup to end the first inning. And this the first game of the day for Kentucky, the 2nd for Baylor. And Liz Paul goes to work quickly between pitches.
It's what you call a quick pitcher, and that's what Glenn Moore mentioned, because she's a little unorthodox, and the fact that a lot of pitchers take their time. She does not. Gets right in there and throws. It catches hitters off guard. And you can tell with Kentucky, they're getting in the box very early. They're getting ready very early. That's been communicated now since the strikeout that she finished with on Stokes last inning.
Jack Smith to join her, 2-2.
It almost feels like a batting practice rhythm.
It does.
Foul off one, here's another one. A ball, here's another one. She's just quick. And that's probably her most effective pitch, along with her changeup. Riding that screwball into righties, because when you're a quick pitcher, hitters aren't ready even just a split second. You're going to get them jammed on that pitch.
8th pitch of this at-bat, waits on the off-speed, it bounces in front, and then the throw into third by Lindsay Hayes to Smith. And Sagerman is tagged out.
Well, this is a tough play for Sagerman because it's on the line. It looks like Hayes might have a chance to get it, but Hayes reacting phenomenally, coming up, throwing Sagerman out at third base, and look at Sarah Smith just block that bag. I think what Kentucky isn't happy with is the little helmet kick as Smith got up.
The umpires getting together to chat. Rachel Lawson now out onto the field.
She probably wants to make sure too that the bag was not blocked prior to Sagerman getting there.
You cannot block the base unless you are have caught the ball or are in the act of catching the ball. Otherwise, it's defensive obstruction.
So watch Smith, the third baseman, with her knee. She's going to block it down as the ball's coming.
Boy, that looks textbook. Unless they're wondering if the hand got in between to touch the base first.
So it's okay what Smith did because it was as she caught it, but she's out. The hand did not get there. It reached there, but she was already tagged out. It was a bit of a heated play, though, because as Smith was getting up, she got the helmet of Sagerman. It just looked like a rough play.
Boy, and Lawson is really jawing with Jana Tidwell, and Tidwell giving it right back.
Number 19, Lauren Pelham.
Red Sox-Rays game almost broke out right there. Everybody's okay, everybody's still in the game. 0-1 to Cumbus, who popped up in the second.
Glenn Moore probably having a moment. See the throw down to second. The last time he coached here, he got thrown out. He's probably thinking, all right.
Stay cool. Rare
Don't
ejection.
even go out there.
She is a fierce competitor. Look at the look on her face.
Wouldn't want to make her mad.
And the short Strickland's got it. Side retired, still 3-0 Cats. 2001 National Championship game pitcher Jennie Finch on hand here at the Capital One Cup Fan Fest area. She is the Capital One Cup ambassador. Capital One annually awards $400,000 in scholarship money and the Capital One Cup trophy to the best NCAA Division I men's and women's athletic programs. Throwing that wiffle ball is a lot tougher than you would think it would be, trying to windmill it.
Catches the air and it can go anywhere. And they're super light, they're hard to throw.
Finch and the Arizona Wildcats won the championship in her junior year. She went undefeated, 32-0. One down. She and Lisa Fernandez, the only two pitchers that have won a national championship by capping off an undefeated season.
Now by the center fielder, 00, Lindsay Hayes.
This is the 9-hitter, Lindsay Cargill.
I think she got her glove back after going over the wall in center field. Then she came back and she's like, no, really, I need my glove.
Needed help from a good Samaritan out there in center field to toss it back over to her. Freshman out of Robinson, Texas. Some terrific softball down there. We saw Texas here last year, the Longhorns. A few years back, Texas A&M. Played for the national championship. And beating it down to first is Cargill. And the top of the order coming up.
Glenn Moore talks about Cargill being that leader because she's so passionate. She lays down a bunt, and because Smith is late to get there, she'll dive for this to get in, avoid the collision.
Oh, she's the throw beat her, but I don't think the foot did. Sliding in safe.
And the thing with that, it's been proved, but right there, when it ignites when you're safe on those, it's been proved that it's not faster to dive, but when you are safe and you do it, their whole dugout erupted. She erupted. It does so much when you're down 3-0.
There's a lot of heart in that slide. There's just not the scientific evidence. You're actually slower to first when you do that, but it works for Lindsay. And now she's trying to get the Bears offense revved up for Tumen in the top. Well, Sunday night on ESPN2, Andrew McCutcheon leading the Pirates against Yasiel Puig and the Dodgers. It's Sunday Night Baseball presented by Taco Bell at 8 o'clock on ESPN2, also live on your Watch ESPN app. And the Baseball Tonight crew is going to have some fun. They will take over the telecast with 7 commentators positioned around the ballpark, providing unique perspectives for you, the viewers. Coming up on Sunday night, Dodgers and Pirates.
Speaking of a good ballpark food, Dodger dog. I don't think it gets any better than that. I'm biased.
Pittsburgh's got some good grub as well. How are you not working on the Food Network yet, by the way? 0-2 pitch, got her. Nunley strikes her out looking. Second K for Kelsey.
Kelsey does a nice job of riding this pitch in on the hands of Tumen. It's a strike. Just enough to freeze her.
Nice little backdoor curveball. So with 2 down, it's Ari Hawkins reached down a fielder's choice in the first. Drop missed it low. You see Nunley, by the way, wearing that mask. She was a shortstop as a youngster. Took a bad hop to the face. She's been wearing it ever since. 3-0 is right down the middle. Hit and run was on, and it's a foul ball. It was actually fouled off of Hawkins. Cargill was on the move from first. Should be going again.
Nice job by Hawkins trying to foul off that changeup. Completely beat on it, but enough of her hands just to foul it off, waste it from Nunley.
Field pop up. Nunley quick out of the circle to make the catch. Holly Rowe will talk with Baylor head coach Glenn Moore when we come back. As for Kentucky, guess who's coming up when we return? There's a deep drive all the way back to the fence. Goes Tumen and it's gone.
Welcome back to the NCAA Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Baylor is down 3-0 and their coach Glenn Moore, given all that Whitney Canyon's been through, I know winning the game is most important, but how difficult was that decision to pull her?
Well, I think it was time. They were taking their hacks and free swingers and hitting the squaring it up, and it was time to make a change. They needed to see something different. We could still go back with her later in the game if we needed to.
Liz Paul's a senior. What does she bring?
Well, she's just got a lot of confidence. She's throwing well for us today. As I said earlier, we have a pretty deep bullpen. We've just been relying on whip most of the time.
What do you need to do to get to Nunley?
We've got to be, I think we're too selective right now. We've got to be able to zero in different, a smaller part of the zone and attack it a little more aggressively.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Holly. Top of the fourth, elimination Saturday night at the Women's College World Series. 6, 7, and 8 coming up for Kentucky. And this was the group here down at the bottom half of the order that did the damage in a 3-run second inning with a couple of home runs that chased Whitney Canyon. Emily Gaines a solo shot. Sends this one out to left. Back goes Hayes, makes the catch. One down. They did not get a hit against Alabama yesterday at the bottom of the lineup. They went 0 for 10. Tonight they are already 3 for 5. With the 2 long balls, they've driven in all 3 runs and give them another base hit. Krystal Smith on for the second time. Has doubled her average from the regular season to the postseason.
Now batting left fielder number 21, Emily Jolly.
That's what I like about this Kentucky lineup. The stats really do not matter. They figure out a way to get done. In their first win of the series against ULL, they had a double. They sacrificed her over to third. They scored her on a sacrifice fly. They almost will play old school softball, but then they can also have a batter go for a long ball for only her 4th home run of the season.
Jolly fouls it off. Senior from Owensboro, Kentucky. Through the right side. And then it gets away from Tumen. We're going to wave the runner home. The throw to the plate, not in time. As Krystal Smith scores. And a costly miscue by the Baylor D as the bottom of the order strikes again.
Well, and if you look, second base was vacating on the steal towards second, and because of that, Tumen coming up to play this ball too early to try to throw out the runner at third. Krystal Smith ended up coming all the way around to score. A nice slide at home plate around the knee of Hosack.
Terrific slide by Smith, who has scored for the second time. And on that throw, Emily Jolly advanced all the way around to third base.
And Beth, it was almost 2 errors. Tumen getting the error, but it was also Hawkins, the second baseman, who was running towards second when the ball was hit because the runner was stealing. Because that was a ground out to second base.
Time now for our Pick You Up moment of the game, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Let's go back to Jennie Carroll, the 2-run home run from the number 9 hitter. Back in that second inning, just her 4th of the season. And now here's Jennie again. 1-2. Good coverage that time by Paul. That chases Jolly back to the bag. Grounded to short, the throw to home. And sliding in safely is Jolly. Strickland throwing to Hosack, but they could not make the connection. 5-0 Cats. The bottom of the order has provided all of the scoring.
What I don't understand about this is Hosack going to get the ball, but never quite making a true effort. It's a bad throw by Strickland. You can see it's way to the right, but if you watch Hosack, she doesn't try to still keep the ball and the runner from scoring. Would have been a tough play. And that's a play. Strickland makes a throw right on the money.
Yep.
Jolly is hosed at home.
They had plenty of time, but the throw off, and Hosack unable to sweep it over onto Jolly. And again, these Cats find ways from different people every night to cobble together the runs.
There's something magical about what Kentucky has been able to do since coming into the SEC tournament and making it all the way to the championship. Going to UCLA and upsetting a team that could have easily been here. They finished 7th in conference, but after going into that SEC tournament and beating so many teams that had beaten them early in the season, it gave them confidence that they could hang with any of the top teams in the country.
Another base hit. Stokes at the top of the order. 2 out with 1 out.
Now batting center fielder number 2, Silver Samuel.
The number 2 hitter, Silver Samuel, a ground out and a fly out. Right back to Paul. She looked to third and then spins around and makes the nice play to first because the coverage wasn't there at the bag as Stearns hustles out to the bullpen with 2 outs.
Now batting third baseman number 77, Nikki Sagerman.
Runners are able to move up. 2 on in scoring position for Sagerman, who has walked twice. Slow roller to third. Smith to first. Got her. Two more runs in for Kentucky. Rachel Lawson talking with Holly when we come back.
Kentucky up 5-0 over Baylor here with the Wildcats coach Rachel Lawson. What in the world has gotten into the bottom of your lineup? They have been so productive.
I really don't know. You know, they look balanced, they look under control. And to be honest with you, when we made the starting lineup before the postseason, I was like, well, these seniors have been they've been to Super Regionals 3 times. So I figured, you know what, why not keep them in there and ride them the whole way? And so they've taken advantage of it.
You said you were going to keep an eye on Nunley's velocity and really see how she's doing. With this lead now, how long do you keep her going, knowing that you might need her tomorrow?
No, the whole time. Like, she's going to go as long as she can pitch. She's earned this right. She's brought us here, so I feel like she's going to stay in as long as she wants to stay in.
Sounds good, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's the sophomore Nunley in the circle, and then those 4 seniors at the bottom. Gaines, Smith, Jolly, and Carroll. 2 home runs, and all 5 runs batted in.
Go Kentucky.
Baylor with just the 1 hit so far off of Nunley. 3, 4, and 5, though, coming up. They've got the heart of their order. House struck out back in the first. Both of the runs that Kentucky just scored were unearned because of the error on the left fielder, Caitlin Tooman. But for Baylor, this adversity should be nothing new. You don't sense any panic. They hit the road often and early throughout the season. Glenn Moore went to his administration and said, hey, we need to hit the road. We need to go into tough environments. We need to toughen up our roster and our ball club to prepare this group for the postseason, because they can do special things if we test ourselves. They went to Vegas, they went to California, to Mississippi, and to Florida to play. And Glenn Moore said, this is what we need to do to get to the World Series, and if we can hit better, we can do some damage. So right now, the hit better is the one thing they're looking for. (17-7) at home, and look at all the games on the road or at neutral sites this year for Baylor. And kudos to their administration for giving Glenn and his staff the ability to do that with this club. Justine Young is your pinch runner here for Holly Howe.
Well, I credit Glenn Moore to also look in the mirror, and he has always been classically about the short game, about the speed, which is what softball has been about the last 5 to 10 years, but he also saw the influx of the power game, the home runs, those numbers, and he said, you know, I need to change something. We can still have some speed in short game, but we need to start hitting the ball over the fence. And for a lot of coaches, especially for those that have coached as long as Glenn Moore has, it's hard to make those changes.
Well, the Cats have gotten production from the seniors. How about the seniors for the Bears? Here's Hosack swinging through that from Nunley, 0-2.
Hosack had the 2 hits and a run earlier today after the game, talking about her mindset changing to just finding a way to get on base, getting around 60 feet. So once you get here to the World Series, those swings do have to, as much as you want to take big swings, when you up against big pitchers, you have to take smaller swings. That can be hard when you've been taking hacks all season long.
Hosack fouls it off. Another steamy night here in Oklahoma City. Just about every pitcher has had to use the towel or the rosin bag so far through the first 3 days of the tournament. Checks that wristband for the pitch that comes in from the dugout, the 2-2, and the strikeout. Went to the rise ball for her 3rd of the game.
This is what Nunley does best. She mixes very well up in the zone. She can come into the hands of these right-handed hitters, and you see Hosack trying to keep her hands close to her body, unable to get the barrel out front.
Cats will go for 2, the turn and the throw to first. The 6-4-3 double play. Stokes to Smith to Cumbus. 4 innings complete on elimination Saturday. The defense stellar behind Nunley. Thank you, Steve. Well, either the top seed or the defending champs will be going home tonight. Oregon and Oklahoma coming up next. The winner advances to face Alabama in the semifinals on Sunday. And here come the Sooners, fresh off of that win earlier today. Oregon has not had to play a game today as they take some swings, getting VP in pregame. That's coming up at 9:30 Eastern on ESPN. Chasing history for Patty Gasso, Lauren Chamberlain and company. Long fly ball and just foul outside the pole. Griffin Joyner struck out on a curveball and then singled her next time, or change up and singled her next time out.
Joyner, her first at bat, you mentioned she struck out on a changeup against Canyon, looking jelly-legged her. What does she do? Her next at bat, she has a different approach, knowing they're going to come back with the changeup, even though it's a different pitcher. She gets a base hit, and that's been the story for Kentucky, Beth. It's not that they're doing, you know, one batter's doing everything. It's really that they're just passing along information, mentally making adjustments from at bat to at bat, and doing it themselves.
The pop-up, caught by Hawkins. Time to revisit our tweet topic so we can talk more about food, which, by the way, we still haven't had a special delivery up here in the press box.
About that.
Favorite BP food is peanuts in the shell. Nice from JMC Ryder. Love those shells on the ground. Chocolate chip cookie dough Dippin' Dots, Jay Wentz. That's a new one.
It's very specific.
That's a new one, yeah. And then, of course, the old staple funnel cake. Or you could go for a spud with all the fixins.
It's got more than just fixins.
It's got bacon. Got bacon. Just so long as it's scallion-free, that's okay with me. I find myself in the strange position now talking about this Kentucky lineup. You've got to get the 4-5 out so there's nobody on base for the bottom of the order.
Yes. They've been hot, and it's been production from all parts. And even Holly Rowe talking to Rachel Lawson, she said, you know, it amazes her, and sometimes I feel like she has that, you know, she's prepared them to do this, but she's just so proud of how they're actually doing it.
It was Cumbus in the opener that was the hero. Nunley kept it close last night against Alabama, and now tonight, those seniors at the bottom of the order, including Gaines and Carroll with home runs. Cumbus almost took down their assistant coach. It's Molly Johnson out there. One of the greatest players in school history. Called strike 3. 2 down.
Screwball looks like it was supposed to go away from where the catcher was set up, and that's why you see Hosack, her glove reaching way inside. Not a strike. As Cumbus eyeballed as she went back to the dugout.
That's the first strikeout for Paul, who came on in relief, or second, excuse me, came on in relief for Canyon in the second inning. Her first strikeout was the first batter she faced, Stokes. Fights off the 0-2 inside. And gets the strikeout. Back-to-back, the 1-2-3 inning for the Bears, but they still find themselves down a 5 spot. Go home win or go home tonight on Elimination Saturday at the World Series. And right now it's Kentucky with the 5-0 lead to the bottom of the 5th, trying to become the 3rd SEC team to advance to the semifinals. Our last game of the night, Oklahoma and Oregon, the defending champs, against the top seed in another knockout game.
Just gets better and better. What's tough about today is you start with 8, you end up with 4, and you just feel that emotion. Seniors not wanting to end their career. Some seniors, like the bottom of this Kentucky offense, that are going to try to do anything they can to extend it.
Sarah Smith fouls it off. 6, 7, and 8 here for Baylor on a night where ace Whitney Canyon got chased in the 2nd inning. A couple of home runs tonight. And now Kelsey Nunley trying to bring it home. Sarah Smith reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. She's been their best hitter in the tournament. In fact, best postseason hitter in Baylor history in terms of average. You got Jordan Strickland on deck, who hit two two-run home runs earlier today in the win over Florida State. So this is the group that produced earlier today. There's Jordan, just the 12th player in World Series history to knock 2 out in one game. And on the hands, and Smith pops it up. Nunley dive bombing the gloved hands of the batter on that one. And here's Strickland. Flew out to left field in the 2nd. Rise ball, did she check up? No, she did not. Just one hit tonight, the single from the 9-hitter Lindsay Cargill. Stokes. 2 down. Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN2 has the Pirates and the Dodgers for you. It's Sunday Night Baseball presented by Taco Bell, Pittsburgh and LA at 8 Eastern on ESPN2 and on the Watch ESPN app. The Baseball Tonight crew will be all around the ballpark, bringing you insight from different perspectives at different parts of the stadium coming up on Sunday night. Landreth fooled on that one.
Well, Glenn Moore said he wanted his batters in the 4th inning to Holly Rowe to be more aggressive. He said we've been being too selective, watching too many pitches go by, but now they're doing just the opposite. They're swinging the pitches way out of the zone. They need to find that happy medium, aggressive within the zone, but not just going up and taking a hacks at anything that comes near you.
Two lifted out into shallow left. That's a fair ball. And the 2 base hits tonight from the 8 and 9 hitters for Baylor.
This ball just has eyes. It finds the one spot in the field that even past the diving Stokes. no one can get to. A seeing eyeball. That's what that is.
Now it's Cargo with the single in the third. For this Baylor team that lost to Florida on opening night. Got run ruled in 5, 11-0, and now a 5-0 deficit to another SEC team here in the 5th. Just 3 hits off of Hannah Rogers on Thursday. Just a couple of hits off of Nunley tonight. And after beating Georgia in the Super Regionals, Glenn Moore spoke openly, hey, we hear a lot of talk all year long about how good the SEC is. They are a very good conference, but there's a lot of good teams around the rest of the country as well. The Big 12 had 2 teams here. And now the SEC has responded in kind. Outscoring Baylor 16-0 through 10 innings here at the World Series. Scoot through the left side. Couple on base with 2 outs, and here comes the top. And you see Cargill yelling into Tumen, keep it going.
Tumen struggled her last at bat. She walked her first at bat. Her last at bat, 3 pitches, never took the bat off of her shoulder. Struck out looking. She went away twice, came back inside. So I'm sure now her mentality is to swing that bat.
And indeed, swinging away at the first pitch. Trying to nick up Nunley. At least get a little something going with only 7 outs remaining. We see Nunley now taking her time between pitches. In with the changeup.
The smile on Tumen's face. She takes that pitch. It's one thing to focus on one side of the plate or the other with her strikeout, but now to have an off speed to contend with 2 strikes. That's never fun as a hitter.
And it's a full count with Landreth and Cargill on board. Couple of base hits from the bottom of the order, and they will scoot here with the 3-2 pitch and 2 down. Lifted out to right, gains just a couple of steps to make the catch. Crisis averted, 5-0, Nunley and company. Back here at the Women's College World Series, elimination Saturday night, Kentucky on top. 5-0, trying to knock Baylor out and move on to the semifinals. And here in Oklahoma City, the Sooner faithful are never too far away. And they are on deck, the defending champs, trying to stay alive against the top seed Oregon Ducks, who won on Thursday night and then fell to Florida last night. And one of those two powerhouses will head home a lot earlier than they had hoped. Florida and Alabama kicking back today, relaxing. Back in action tomorrow. They need to win just once to advance to the championship series, best 2 out of 3, which will start on Monday night. Our winners tonight will have to try and beat those guys twice tomorrow. That has only happened 6 times in 40 tries on Sundays at the World Series. That's blasted to deep left. Is it fair and out? It is gone. Another Kentucky home run. And again, it's the bottom of the order, and Krystal Smith and the seniors are doing their best to extend their careers.
Krystal Smith, only her 3rd home run of the season. It's another rise ball just left flat and up in the zone. And when you connect with a flat, high pitch, it's got nowhere to go but out. Big question, Glenn Moore arguing right now. Was it fair or was it foul? It was hit so high that it was above the foul pole. Definitely close either way.
First home run of the postseason for Krystal. And the pop-up back to the pitcher, 1 down. Smith is now 3 for 3 on the night. She's scored 3 times.
If she gets a triple, she'll hit for the cycle. Single, double, home run. She's having a night.
The bottom went 0 for 10 against Alabama last night. And home runs tonight from Gaines, Smith, and Jennie Carroll. And they will have bragging rights over the rest of the lineup tonight if this holds. Look at 6 through 9.
And they're all seniors wanting to play another game. It's amazing what can happen when your back is against the wall and you want to just continue the season, you want to continue your career. And for Carroll, Jolly, Smith, and Gaines, they've come in with a very determined yet relaxed attitude into this elimination game.
And there's always another side to that story. The 6th-year senior, Whitney Canyon, has worn that same stoic expression since coming out of the game in the 2nd inning. Not the ending that she had hoped for, unless her teammates can pick her up. The Women's College World Series continuing with games tomorrow, and then on to the championship series. Monday night, game 1 at 8 Eastern, live on ESPN2. For more info, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 89 NCAA championships. Jessica Mendoza with a pep in her step tonight, folks, after 2.5 days of talking about all the great pitching.
Oh, am I yawning? Pitching. It's about the long ball, people. We've had 3 of them tonight. And a big credit to the importance of, as much as a rise ball is a very successful pitch for pitchers, if you leave that ball up in the zone, it has home run written all over it. And right now, that has been the Achilles heel for Baylor. Rise balls left high and fat.
Stokes, the gapper. Christian wheeling towards second. as they continue to pound on the off-speed pitches. Glenn Moore contemplating another pitching change here, possibly. He will make the move, and so will we. Timeout, 6-0 Kentucky. 6-0 Kentucky with 2 outs and a runner on here in the 6th. Baylor will go to Heather Stearns, the sophomore from Plano, Texas, who got the start. And the win this afternoon against Florida State, and now the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Bears.
She's about mid-60s. She's going to move east to west with that curve and screwball. She also hit some different planes with her rise ball. Her changeup is key, but Glenn Moore says she is the strongest mentally of all 3 of his pitchers.
With a runner in scoring position for Silver Samuel, 0 for 3 tonight. And a Kentucky team playing now in their 4th elimination game of this NCAA tournament. They are 3-0, and they are outscoring opponents in those games 30-5. Their best games this year, with everything to lose. And they have not felt that pressure in the least. Lawson maybe checking for a pulse right there. They have been cool under pressure.
Rachel Lawson, one of those coaches just constantly trying to learn, asking questions, getting advice from not only coaches within the softball world, but within any sporting.
Two for Stearns, that's chop foul.
And she'll take little things from each coach. It's not that she just takes everything that they say, but she talked about Patty Gasso, Pat Murphy, what he's done for the sport, Tim Walton, he said, and how much he's evolved and learned as his coach. Karen Weekly, how smart she is from Tennessee. Went down the line, Lou Harris, Georgia, intimidation. I mean, her list is probably 30 coaches long, and little things that she's taken and pieced together that she can apply to her own team.
Samuel off the glove, and runner Stokes diving back into 3rd. She had considered heading for home. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs. And Samuel given the base hit. And if Sagerman can get these 2 runners home, the run rule comes into play. And Baylor would be down to its final at-bat. The throw down to second, and another run will score. As Kentucky comes home easily on the 1st and 3rd situation. Hosek tried to get that 3rd out.
And it's a smart play by Kentucky, because Silver Samuel, one of the fastest runners in the country, so she's probably going to easily steal second base.
And now if you're Sagerman, a base hit could deliver Samuel and that precious 8th run. Oh-2 from Stearns. Fly ball out to left, and the catch made by Hayes. Side retired, but Kentucky adds a couple more and another pitching change forced. The bottom of the order continues to shine. Krystal Smith sends it out. How about a look at our Capital One Cup impact performance for the game, and it's the sophomore slinger Kelsey Nunley.
She's done a good job of mixing the ball up in the zone with her screw and a rise, and how about some defense behind her? The double play, Stokes and Smith. She's pitched phenomenally throughout the entire postseason, but her defense and offense has also had her back.
3 games here, just the 3 runs allowed. She threw a 1-hitter Thursday night in the win, the 3-hitter last night in the loss, and now just 3 hits so far off the Baylor bats as we go to the bottom of the 6th and a 7-0 lead. The winner onto the semis to play Florida tomorrow afternoon. They'll have to beat the Gators twice to get to the championship series. Florida sitting pretty with the best batting average so far in the tournament. And Hannah Rogers with 33 scoreless innings in a row in the postseason. They have run-ruled 5 teams in their 7 NCAA tournament wins, including Baylor on Thursday. And ironically enough, the way the schedule's worked out as the Florida coaches look on, Kentucky did not play Florida or Alabama this year in the regular season or in the SEC tournament. Crimson Tide are on the bottom half of the bracket in the semifinals tomorrow. Dropping down a bunt, that's fair. The throw to first, and safe at the bag is Hawkins.
Hawkins from the right side, laying down a drag bunt. Joyner trying to come from behind the plate, but the speed. Lefties aren't the only ones that can lay down a drag. The righty, Hawkins, showing some speed from the right side.
Bring up Ari Hawkins, off the glove of Sagerman and out to left. And the Bears have something brewing.
Hall, nice shot past the glove. Sagerman.
Here comes Claire Hosack. Claire lined out to second in the 2nd inning, struck out on a rise ball in the 4th. Change up for a strike.
Hosack having the best year of her career. Credits it a lot to really staying in her legs. It's allowed her to be more comfortable and have more power because of it.
Check swing. At second, Smith, who only played a first. 1 down as the runners advance. Hawkins at third, Hall at second. Hayes reached on the air in the 2nd and then hit into the 6-4-3 double play in the 4th. Way out in front of the change. That hook at 49 miles an hour.
Sometimes as a hitter, all you can do is smile. You really want to just throw your bat.
Stokes tries to backhand, nowhere to go with it, and the run scores. Base hit for Hayes to drive in a run, the 3rd single of the inning. now Kentucky hunting for outs. Nunley gave up the home run ball on Thursday night, the only damage done. The home run ball last night. Lafayette, the 2-run homer, and a 2-0 win for Alabama. And now a run for Baylor here this evening. Smith has reached out a fielder's choice and has an infield pop-up. Couldn't hold off on the rise. One-two to Smith. Right back up the middle, and the bases are loaded. Fourth hit of the inning for Baylor.
This is the beauty of momentum. Hawkins starting off the inning with her base hit. Sarah Smith getting jammed, but finding a way to get this ball through the infield. Hitting is contagious, and this is a perfect example. Bats so quiet for Baylor all game long. They get that one butt down, and all of a sudden, 4 hits in the last 5 batters.
Pinch runner is Riley Browder over at first base. Smith can re-enter. And who would the Bears want at the plate right now? Well, the one that's got the bat in her hand, Jordan Strickland. 0 for 2 tonight, but 2 home runs this afternoon. And Nunley has given up a home run in each of her first 2 games here.
Pitch that Nunley had found so much success with throughout the game, going to that changeup to really keep these hitters true. She's thrown less of this 7th inning. Sticking with her screw and her rise ball.
One and two. Screwball thought she had it. 2-2. Randy Nunley wanted the strike there. Out into shallow left, and it drops. And another one scores. 7-2, and they are still loaded.
And this is what Nunley has been doing. She's been very predictable, going east to west to Strickland. She came in with the screwball twice, worked away with her curveball, but left to right, consistently being able to stick with both of those sides of the plate. But for those 5 pitches were all screwballs inside, no off speed, nothing low in the zone, and Baylor starting to figure out Nunley.
Now to the left side, and Landreth singled her last time up. Whole new energy on the Baylor side. Is the gas gauge getting low at long last for Nunley? Fly ball to left, Jolly under it. And the runner at third left too early and had to go back to the bag. The base running miscue by Lindsay Hayes, who took off too soon on the attempt to tag up.
Watch Hayes, she's waiting on Coach Moore instead of looking at the catch herself the whole time. Her eyes are not on the ball. She's just staring at Glenn Moore.
The second out of the inning, and Cargill, the 9-hitter, who is 2 for 2.
And at the end of the day, Beth, you don't want to end the game with the play at the plate. And if there was any hesitation at all, it was smart for Hayes to stay at third base. They need more than just her run.
One to Cargill. 5 hits here in this 6th inning, producing a couple of runs. Through the right side, and that'll score 1. Still loaded with 2 outs. And the leadoff, Caitlin Truman, is the 9th batter to the plate. Hayes, Strickland, and Cargill with RBI singles.
6 hits from 8 batters. They're just passing the bat along. You can feel their momentum.
Nunley, once again, has thrown every pitch in the NCAA tournament. There is nobody in the bullpen right now for the Cats. Rachel Lawson told Holly Rowe earlier tonight they will go with her as long as they can.
Her velocity's still there at 65. The last 2 changeups she's thrown have been in the dirt. That's a pitch she relies a lot on.
Smashed into the dugout. Seven hits in the 19 innings prior, and now 6 allowed here, and Nunley counters with a K. Baylor gets 3 in, but they leave them loaded, and now are down to their final 3 outs to the 7th. The Cats on top. Lots going on in that 6th inning. Kentucky 2 runs. Baylor counters with 3. Kelsey Nunley, 6 innings of work with 4 strikeouts. The bottom of the order for Kentucky has been doing all the damage tonight.
Emily Gaines, Smith, Jolly, and Carroll, the 4 seniors. 3 home runs. All of the production, the RBIs, the hits. It has been the bottom of this order, and Beth, you said it earlier. That's the part of the order they want to avoid getting back up. How many times do you say that as a team?
Gaines just her 7th home run of the season, just the 3rd for Krystal Smith, and the 9-hitter, Jennie Carroll, just her 4th. But you hear it, and we've heard the same story for the last 32 years of this tournament. Good pitching, good D, and timely hits. One down. From Sue Enquist and Sharon Backus and Mike Candrea and all the way down Margie Wright through the years, and even these two coaches tonight. Recipe for success in Oklahoma City doesn't change. Here's Lauren Compass. Pops it up, 2 out.
Beth, I think what adds to those power numbers for a lot of teams that don't normally have the power numbers is adrenaline. That can be an ingredient sometimes. You can talk bat speed and legs and all the mechanics, but sometimes some added adrenaline can put 10 to 15 feet on a hit ball as long as it's controlled. And for Kentucky right now, they have been cool, they have been relaxed, but you know their hearts are pumping. You know that they have extra oomph in every swing because of this stage and what Oklahoma City in this World Series will do.
Seventh inning of an elimination Saturday game. Winner go home for Kentucky and Baylor. Oklahoma, Oregon coming up next tonight. And another pop-up. Baylor scored 3 runs in the 6th. They batted around the order, the exact same group. Can they get it going again?
We have nothing to lose. We're not even really supposed to be here, and we are, and we're not even really supposed to win. We might as well just go out and play hard, and whatever happens, happens.
Seven to 3, Kentucky with the lead over Baylor. Last chance for the Bears as we move to the bottom of the 7th. Elimination game here tonight in Oklahoma City. And Kelsey Nunley, who has thrown every pitch of every inning so far through the NCAA tournament, just ran back into the dugout, and a contact lens issue that she has to fix before returning to try and close this down. But she will have to face the exact same group that batted around the order and scored 3 runs in the 6th inning and left the bases loaded. There was more work to do.
And remember, Hawkins led off that inning with a right-handed drag bunt to ignite this offense. She's probably thinking what she can have up her sleeve to try to do the same in the 7th.
Nunley has thrown 52 pitches in the last 2 innings. And you see the last 2 innings, 8 of those 9 hits.
Leading off for Baylor, second baseman number 14, Ari Hawkins.
Quickly to work against Hawkins.
Who thinks about the drag again. Looking at the defense, seeing what she can open up, find a weakness in.
That one is jacked to deep left, and a home run ball for Baylor. And they finally get to flash their water buffaloes at home. Just her 4th of the year.
In fact, when you start to run out of gas in the tank, it's not always the velocity, it's the location. Nunley places this pitch right over the wide of the plate, right in the power alley for Hawkins. And Nunley starting to feel it.
Trying to do whatever she can to get to the finish line, but Baylor making it very difficult in their fight to stay alive in the tournament.
And I'm wondering, Beth, the changeup again for Nunley. She's throwing it consistently 65. She needs to keep them off balance. So successful with that pitch earlier in this game. And there she gets an out. Against a pop fly on the changeup. And why? Holly Hall way out in front of it.
Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
I asked Rachel Lawson when she would pull Nunley, and she said short of the velocity and being a safety issue, she's not going to pull her. She said, Kelsey will kill me. She's invested too much in this postseason, throwing every pitch to get us this far.
She's the reason they're here tonight, and her coach says she will be the reason if they are here tomorrow. One-two, waits on the change, and it's bobbled at second. Hall is safe at first.
And this is what a little pressure will do. It's not the mechanics, it's just feeling the moment. The 7th inning, Baylor mounting a comeback, and Smith unable to hold on, playing tight. This is when your heart's pounding, this is when your muscles, everything in your body starts to get tight because you feel that pressure.
9 hits out of the last 14 that have stepped to the plate. And Claire Hosack frustrated with herself right there. 0 for 3 for the senior. Got hurt late in the 2011 NCAA tournament, did not play in the World Series that year. Has a chance to make a big moment for herself and her Bears right now. Hosack hopes that drifts out of play, and it will. Will it be an all-SEC semifinal? Kentucky, Florida tomorrow afternoon. Or will Baylor get another crack at the team that embarrassed them on Thursday night, run-ruled them 11-zip? Front of the change. Six and 1 against the SEC this season. That only loss a couple of nights ago after they stunned Georgia in Athens in the Supers. Curveball just missed, 2-2. Strikeout for Nunley. Got her upstairs. One down.
She goes even higher than the 2 prior rise balls. Hosack just unable to lay off, and you see it in her expression. She knows not to swing at this pitch, but she can't help it.
Two outs away from the semifinals in their first trip to the World Series. Knocked down by Cumbus, diving to the bag at first, 2 down. Hall over to second, and we are seeing more of the off speed now from Nunley here in the 7th.
Another changeup, and Cumbus able to knock this ball out. And look at the effort, diving into first base to make sure she secures this play. Nunley needs her defense right now. She's running out of gas.
Sarah Smith drives that one down the right field line and scores another run. Smith will hold at second with the RBI double. And Baylor will bring the tying run to the plate. Down 7-zip just 2 innings ago.
And what we're seeing from Nunley right now, just not the movement this pitch supposed to keep going up in the zone, but instead it stays where Smith can stay on top. Find that hole down the line and right. Nunley wants this so much. But now she's up against the home run hitter from today. 2 home runs this morning.
Strickland, the RBI single in the 6th. And remember the error. Krystal Smith at second base earlier this inning. This game should be over. How about a look on the K-zone? Paints the white. Strickland stays away from the rise, 2-1. Well, now do you risk it with Strickland, or do you take your chances with Robin Landreth? If you do that, you now bring the game-winning run to the plate.
I think it's a smart call. I don't know if it was on purpose, but if you're going to walk anyone in this lineup, Jordan Strickland with a base open, go after the 8-hitter, Robin Landreth. She does have a base hit.
Three runs in the 6th, 2 more in the 7th. And the changeup is in for the strike.
That's been the biggest adjustment for Baylor. These last 2 innings, they are laying off the rise ball minus the strikeout for Hosack. They're making Nunley bring it in the zone.
Check swing foul. Down to their final strike of the season. Says no thank you to the rise.
Runners will be going once the count is full.
Landreth, deep left, all the way back to the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes Strickland, and Landreth ties it up. All the way back from down 7-0.
Pitch for Nunley, up and away. The outfield was pulled in to be able to throw out the runner. Landreth driving this ball opposite field, but look how far the outfield had to be. Places it perfectly, and Baylor just explodes.
Nine hits and 7 runs over the last 2 innings, and they are not done yet. Their number 9 hitter, Lindsay Cargill, is 3 for 3 and hunting for a walk-off to get to the semis. Kentucky led 7-0. At one point, they had a chance to invoke the run rule. Whole different ball game. But the Bears mount a stunning comeback. 4 more runs in the 7th to tie it, and we are going extra on Elimination Saturday. Runs 7th, Robin Landreth down to their final strike. Scores a couple with a double to even things up, and we are going to extra innings. Beth Mullins along with Jessica Mendoza. They were down 7-0. Kentucky was flirting with run rule territory, and what a comeback tonight for Baylor at the plate.
God, I love the postseason. I mean, this is what it's about. Baylor, they were almost run ruled, and the way that they were able to come back in the 6th inning, the 7th inning, get the hits off Nunley. They looked like they were going to be down, but their backs are against the wall, and they were able to just come through.
And so now it turns over to the Kentucky side, and usually you wouldn't say this, but it's great news for the Cats. The bottom of the order is coming up. They have produced and provided all the scoring for Kentucky tonight, including 3 home run balls.
And it's always amazing how the game writes the story. The error of Krystal Smith, who extended the inning. They would have won the game had she been able to make the out. And who's leading off the inning?
She is 3 for 3, a triple shy of the cycle. And she won't get it here. 1 down. What a shift in momentum.
Now batting left fielder, number 21,
Emily Jolly. Single and a couple of pop-ups. And somewhere around Oklahoma City, the Florida Gators are loving every pitch. They want this thing to go all night. The winner will get the Gators tomorrow afternoon. Two down.
Stearns, since she's come in, she gave up the initial hit. Since then, 6 straight fly balls.
Oregon Ducks signing some autographs. The top seed in the tournament taking on Oklahoma next in our final elimination game of the day. Florida State and Louisiana Lafayette went to and BBQ this afternoon. The first 2 teams eliminated. Alabama and Florida both sitting pretty in the semifinals in the winner's bracket. And Nunley trying her best to regroup.
Kentucky Kentucky right now found so much success against the starter Canyon, the relief Paul, but now since Stearns has come into this game, they're hitting under a lot of her up pitches.
Their third pitcher of the day after Liz Paul and Whitney Canyon, who got the start but did not make it out of the second inning. Jennie Carroll hit the 2-run home run in the second inning. Reached down a fielder's choice and a run scored, and then flew out to right. Got a piece. 0 runs, just 3 hits off of Nunley through the first 5 innings, and then pow! 7 runs off of 9 hits, including a home run in the 6th and the 7th innings. Bears thought they had it. Full count.
Just off.
K-Zone bats up blue. You talked about how the game tells the story, Jess, and you make an error one inning, you have a chance to come to the plate in the next. Well, there's Caitlin Tooman out in right field. A big error earlier in the game. She will be the leadoff in the bottom of the 8th, and a chance to make amends. And she will get that opportunity and a chance for the Baylor Bears to win and advance to the semifinals when we come back. To the bottom of the 8th, and a chance for Baylor to walk off with a win and eliminate Kentucky. And it's all thanks to the 7th inning and a costly error at second by Krystal Smith that opened a window of opportunity, and the Bears jumped through with both feet. They scored 3 more times and were down to their final strike when Robin Landreth hit the double to score the 6th and 7th runs. And down at 1.7 to nothing, blasting away in the 6th and the 7th. And now Nunley will have to try and hold down the top of the order. She has thrown every pitch in the postseason for the Cats, over 1,600 through the regionals, the super regionals, and the World Series. Caitlin Tooman, who committed an error in the 4th inning that led to a couple of Kentucky runs, now with a chance to do something about it. And she represents the game winner, motoring into second.
Nunley leaving another pitch over the middle of the plate, and two-man jumps all over it, crushing this in the right center field gap, and how about that emotion?
Flashing that water buffalo sign. It takes a whole herd of water buffalo. 8 of the 9 in the order have now hit in the last 3 innings. After that double by Tuman. Hawkins a single and a home run has scored twice in the last 2 innings.
Rachel Lawson talking about Kelsey Nunley and the fact that she would kill her if she had to take her out right now, that she has earned this right to stay in there. And Nunley running out of fuel. She's not able to hit her spots as well. You wonder how long they'll let her go. Biggest heart probably here in the entire World Series, but you can tell she is tired.
Trying to lay down the bunt with 2 strikes, and she does. And the ricochet out into right field, and the Bears win it with a walk-off. 8 unanswered runs in the last 3 innings. One of the more remarkable comebacks in World Series history. Down 7-0. In the 6th inning, they score 3 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th, and walk off with the win in the bottom of the 8th. Ari Hawkins putting bat on ball to drop it down. And it looked like the throw hit her arm, allowing Tuman to come in to score.
And the first pitch of the game begins in approximately 24 minutes. With game time, approximately 24 minutes.
A shocking finish for Baylor. And for the 2nd time in 4 years, they are into the semifinals and a rematch with the Florida Gators, the team that run-ruled them here on Thursday night. Their 3rd World Series walk-off win in history after a couple of them in 2011, down to Holly Road.
How do you describe your last at-bat in that moment?
There were so many emotions going on. I just had to focus on relaxing myself, taking 1 pitch at a time, and just getting down to crunch time and doing what I was supposed to do with that sign, the last sign Coach gave me.
What was the last sign?
Sacrifice bunt on 2 strikes.
What did you think when you got that sign?
I was just trying to run fast and make it to first so that I can move her over, or if I got out, just at least she was over to 3rd.
How do you describe the will to keep going for this team tonight? It's unbelievable.
Oh, it is unbelievable. I just have to give credit to God. I mean, I was praying to him this whole time. I'm just so blessed by him right now.
You guys have talked about all year being a herd of water buffalo, that it takes a herd to win. It really did tonight.
Yeah.
All of you had to pitch in. Why has that theme really resonated with you?
Well, one of our coaches, former players, she really spoke out to us and showed us that whole water buffalo thing, and we just really took it to heart. I mean, go water buffaloes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What a comeback for Baylor. And they win it in the bottom of the 8th. And they walk off to beat Kentucky 8-7 the final. And it is Baylor and Florida over on your far right. And scoot back to the left side of your screen on final on Thursday night. It was 11-0 Gators, and another shot for Baylor Coming up next, Oregon and Oklahoma. The winner advances to the semis to face Alabama. First pitch scheduled for 10:10 Eastern. Back down on the field, here's Holly.
Well, Coach, what's going through your mind those last 2 innings when you keep piling up hit after hit and sticking around?
That's the Baylor spirit right there. They just never quit. We never quit. We had our backs against the wall. The kids could have cashed in at any time, but they didn't. They wouldn't allow themselves to quit. They always believed they could come back. They're amazing.
How did you manage those last 2 hitters with Tuman and then Ari at the plate?
I'm sorry?
How did you manage those last 2 hitters?
Well, you know, we just tried to free their minds up a little bit and just told them that, you know, she's throwing a lot of pitches. She's starting to throw better pitches to hit than she was throwing earlier. And just get in there and go for it. And, you know, let's pass the bat to the next batter.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, yeah.
Glenn Moore told us the other day he prayed for the hardest road possible for his team, toughened them up all year long so they would be ready for a moment like this, mounting the incredible comeback to win it in the bottom of the 8th. Coming up next to the studio, then we're back out here for Oklahoma and Oregon. For Jess and Holly and the whole crew, I'm Beth. We'll try somehow to top that when we return.